to Detroit and Ford Field as we anticipate a terrific matchup in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's got great speed. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me,
breaks into the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And the Aggies come to the line in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Aggies are moving quickly down the field. Handoff from the gun. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggies! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Running back searching for a hole. Makes it past the marker. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Huskers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on third down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Plows through the defense. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Complete on third down. Gets it out across the 40, stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. Trying to do it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Dude, he's already picked up 46 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. Looking for room. It's Rousseau. Gets it past the marker. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And after giving up the long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Husker! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Looking for the tie with the extra point. That score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Picks up the first down. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Aggies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, you could be forcing it a little bit.
How about the play by the speed back? You think about speed, you think about breaking ankles. He broke the tackle because he's so fast, moving so fast, hard to get the guy on the ground.
Using the quick game. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Great job by the running back here on that third down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these third down type plays to move the stats.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to fire. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that, well, good coverage.
Makes the grab. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. Third and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? You get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Right back to the well. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. The Cornhuskers want to crank the tempo.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a...
He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wideout, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's moving out of the pocket. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
I on second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
The Huskers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska. The extra point here would tie the game. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Right on the money. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. He now has 106 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rush is on him. Still running at the 35. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The give to the back. Fighting off the defender. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
The Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggie.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The Cornhuskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got him in the flat. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know...
Touchdown, Aggies! Put it in the window for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers. And they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. They get to him as he throws. Got a man in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
To the air on first down. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Great place to start for this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds us back in the middle.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is how you get it done. Third down, it's the money down, right? We've got to be at our best. How about the monster sack on third down?
It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Coastal Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there on the surf turf in Conway, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UAB. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. What great protection, and he lets it go down the middle. Free up the gut. Inside the touchdown, Cornhuskers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position.
Oh, he's got some space. The 50. He's up the 40. The 20. The 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggie.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's...
Sends it downfield. Makes the grab down the middle. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Wants to go up top on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw it a split second faster than he wanted to, and the ball got away from him.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Woof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snatches it on the right. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Huskers!
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football, try to make the big play. And do they ever? 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
Texas A&M, 38, Nebraska.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M offense is back on the field. That lead is now 10, down to a 2-possession game, and it's on this offense to try to stretch it back out. Hits the afterburners! And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. We reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the ground, he's got it again. And you got to get Hatch around this dude. He finds the crease. He's down to the 27.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Gets it to him on the screen. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
45, Nebraska 35.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. The option look. He'll toss it.
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going. Now we got to go get a few more.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Oh, better look out. Made a defender miss. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turn.
There he goes. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Aggies can really attack on this second and short.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Aggies come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the acceleration.
Fires deep toward the end zone. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You've got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. The throw to the outside is complete. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. It's complete to the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Lost a throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackled in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving his butt.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
This is an impressive run by this squad, man. Getting down big and everything looking bleak, but to be able to believe in themselves, to play one play at a time, dig their way back. Palmer, they've come all the way back against a good team, and now they got the lead.
It's really been impressive, David. I think that was the question coming into this game. People wanted to know, are they for real, or are they just a bunch of front runners? They got down early, but they never quit. Their playmakers have stepped up. They've done what is necessary, and they've executed at a high level, and all of a sudden, down multiple touchdowns, here they are making a statement with the lead.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. The Aggies want to move quickly. Looking downfield on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. They've got the screen set up. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quarterback moving. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure. Pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
That incompletion leaves him staring at a third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Takes a hit as he fires. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. Catch in stride inside the 15. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. The Cornhuskers have pushed it inside the 20. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Dumps it to the back. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And what a play by the defense, right? You got the lead, but your backs are up against the wall down in your own red zone. Someone's got to be able to step up and make a play. And he delivers in the end zone, getting the INT, preserving his team's lead here late.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made